Hey, what is up guys, this is Jamie from Model Kit Central, and today I'm going to be doing another Gundam model unboxing video. And as you can see, I have the 1:100 scale Master Grade Nu Gundam from the Charles Counterattack movie. Now, before we get into the actual contents of this kit, let's take a look around the box. So as you can see, we have a pretty retro looking box art. On this side of the box here, we pretty much have RX-93 Nu Gundam along with EFSF Armor Array's customized mobile suit for Nu type. And then at the top here we have the Master Grade logo, the seal of authenticity to certify that this kit is an authentic Bandai product. And then of course, panning the camera down here, we can see the Bandai logo here, and then of course Bandai 2000 made in Japan, and then some kanji which I cannot read. So yeah, so looking at the side of the box, as you can see, we have the frontal view of the Nu Gundam, we have the rear view, the cockpit, the backpack, the beam saber mounted in its forearm, and then of course the movable frame. On this side we pretty much have what we saw on the cover of the box. Nothing's changed here. And then of course on this side we have the new Hyper Bazooka, we've got the fin funnel system, the die-cast parts you get with this kit, mesh piping, the markings, the weapon lineup, and then we got some choking hazards, the copyright, and some contact details, as well as the barcode and the price of the kit. So without further ado, let's take a look at the contents of this kit. So moving the lid out of the way, we have this nice printed picture of the Nu Gundam. Unfortunately they stopped doing these. I think it was after 2004, because I think the last kit that had this was the Freedom Gundam to my knowledge. I'm not too sure if there were any other kits that did, but unfortunately they did cut these from the future releases, and it is a shame because I would have loved to have seen these continued, because these are very much like posters that you can just put up on your wall, and they look very nice and high quality. So yeah, it is a real shame. So moving that to a side, let's take a look at the contents without knocking the camera. So first we are presented with the manual, and of course it's a pretty standard Master Grade manual. Pretty much just got a line art of the Nu Gundam's head. So let's just take a skim through it real quick. So we have the mobile suit bio for the Nu Gundam. We've got the runner checklist, as you can see here. Then we've got the missing parts order form, which can only be used in Japan, so that's an unfortunate part. And then of course we have basically the manual telling us what each part of the Nu Gundam is called, I guess, an introduction to it, the names of all of the individual weapons. And then of course we move straight on to the construction, which from the looks of it we start on the shoulders and work on the arms. And of course we got some bio on the body, the arms, the legs. Then from there we work our way to finishing the arms. Then we've got some bio about the weapons that this kit comes with. And then of course we have the assembly of the feet, then the legs, then we've got the color splash page, which has some of the scenes from the anime, or rather the movie. Then we've got some of the markings showing you the backpack close up in detail, the different weapons this comes with. Then we've got the painting guide, how to make the Nu Gundam look better with some more detail. Pretty much the same image as we saw on the printed out copy that I showed you earlier. Then we've got some images of the fin funnels in their different forms, the inner frame parts that they like to promote, and then of course this really nice diorama that they've put the Nu Gundam's inner frame into. And then pretty much from there we move on to the leg assembly, finishing off the leg, and then we start on the body. Then we finish the body, start on the head, then the waist, then the backpack, Then we pretty much put everything together from this point, as well as assembling the beam saber, the beam rifle, the hyper bazooka, the shield, the side skirts, and then basically assembling the whole kit together and putting in the beam saber into the forearm. And then, of course, in the back we have how to attach each of the different weapons into the hands, and then we've basically just got the assembly for the fin funnels. And then, of course, in the back, how to attach them together. And how to transform them. And then how to attach it to the main unit. And then, of course, we pretty much just have the decal guide, how to put the decals on, where they go, pretty much. And then on the back, we have a rear shot of the Nu Gundam. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the manual. So let's put that to a side, and then let's take a look at the bags of runners and other parts. So first we're presented with this what is it? What do they call this? They have a specific name for it, and it's not coming to my mind. My mind's pretty much gone blank. It's on a card, that's all I can really say. But as you can see here, very nice design, blueprint design on this card of the Nu Gundam. And of course, we pretty much have its hip joints and the ankle joints, all in die-cast metal. Looking very nice. Fortunately, it looks like it's rusting a little bit, but hey, what can you do? This kit's pretty old. 16 years old. Very, very old. So yeah, move that to a side, and then we're pretty much presented with a load of runners. So as you can see here, we have the first bag, which has one runner for the shield and the hyper bazooka, sorry. And then of course we have the marking stickers, we got the dry transfer decals, and then we also have the foil stickers. Then we have the second bag, which has two runners in it, which consist of mostly the black runner and the polycaps that this kit has. Moving on, we are then presented with another bag, which has one runner, and this is the A tree. So this pretty much has all the miscellaneous different parts on it, pretty much. You can see the massive V-fin, sorry, losing my voice. And then of course we have some extra black detailing parts, as well as the manipulators, so the thumbs of the manipulators rather. And then some red parts down here. The majority of the yellow parts are on here too. And then of course we've got the clear pink beams that this kit has. So yeah. And then of course we have this bag here, which has a runner of white parts. So we got the parts for the head, parts for the lower abdomen, parts for the back skirts, parts for the beam rifle, parts for the front skirts, and then just all of that really. And then you've got some pilot figures, one of Armoro standing up and one of him sitting down. And then of course we also had screws for the kit as well, if you didn't see that there. That's what the yellow bag was for, the screws that this kit has. Then of course we have this bag, which contains two runners, and it's mostly of all of the inner frame parts, so nothing too special here. Nothing we've never seen before. Then we are given another bag of runners, which is mostly of the black parts. So as you can see, we've got the parts for the feet, then we've got parts for the internal parts of the fin funnels, and then we also have the mesh piping and the clear parts for the eyes, and I believe the camera for the beam rifle, I think. And of course these are identical runners, so they're pretty much the same thing, nothing different here. And then of course we have another bag of white runners, two of them in fact, and these are for the fin funnels, the shoulders, and then parts of the legs. And of course these are identical runners, so there is no difference here. And then of course one more bag of runners, which is basically just more grey, more inner frame parts. And of course the other side is pretty much identical, so nothing too different to show off here. And that is pretty much it. And the only other thing I can see in the box is pretty much this magazine, this Dengeki Hobby magazine. I think this is kind of like the beginning, I'm not too sure, and it kind of just tells you how to make certain kits look better. They're mostly focusing on the Sazabi, from what I can tell. So that's interesting. I think it's the master grade as well. But I'll probably review this in another video. So that is about it, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did, please leave a like. And if you want to see some of my future videos, then please also subscribe. I'm not forcing you to do this. If you really want to, go right ahead. If you don't, then that's also fine. You know, if you change your mind in the future, you're always welcome. And that is about it, so I will see you guys in the next video. So this is Jamie from Model Kit Central, signing out.